Now on CoastTV News.
Bright lights on a fun night. What Ocean City looked like Thursday as the town gets into the Christmas spirit.
Board change. A Rehoboth Beach leader steps down. What's next for the city?
Lead levels. Milford reports at least 3 lines showing lead in the system, and that's got some locals spooked.
Next player up with Matt Gaetz out as Trump's attorney general pick. The president-elect has a new name to fill the role.
A cold night is on tap with temperatures falling into the 30s with wind chills in the 20s by daybreak, but we still have to deal with severe and now extreme drought. I'll have that detail in your full forecast.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Christina DeRobertis. Welcome to Coast TV News at 11. We begin tonight with a sudden change on the Rehoboth Beach Board of Commissioners. Now, former Commissioner Don Preston resigned from his position Thursday, effective immediately. Preston was elected to the board in September 2023 and had about 2 years left on his term, which was set to end in 2026. The city did not cite a reason for his resignation, and the city is now working to fill his seat. Officials say the appointment process is still being decided. Rehoboth Beach Mayor Stan Mills said in a statement today, quote, "While I am disappointed with Commissioner Preston's resignation from the Board of Commissioners, I sincerely appreciate his service to the community," end quote.
Moving on, it may still be November, but Ocean City has already started to get into the Christmas spirit. The town kicked off its popular Winterfest of Lights tradition at Northside Park Thursday, and the crowd did not disappoint. Coast TV reporter Brendan Conroy is in our newsroom. Brendan, it seems like this event is an awful lot of fun.
Charlie, the park was not only full of a bunch of lights, but a bunch of people as well, all there to enjoy the bright and colorful experience. And for some, it's a must-see tradition. Loud music, bright lights, and a great night. All filled with Christmas spirit. That's what you'll find at the Winterfest of Lights in Ocean City. And the vendors, they love it.
I just love seeing all the little children come in, all dressed up. But the lights are just magnificent here. And my favorite is always the big tree.
The month-and-a-half-long holiday event is a winter wonderland of wow, with lit-up trees, lit-up walkways, and light displays that show your favorite Christmas characters and elements. One visitor says she looks forward to Winterfest every year.
I think my favorite part is definitely the tree and all of the interactive lights. The tree's my favorite part every year, and I love the hot chocolate, of course.
For the holiday fan in your home, Winterfest of Lights is a must-see event. But if you prefer your turkey and stuffing before getting to Christmas and New Year's, don't worry. The bright and chilly walk-through show will be open all the way until the end of the year. Like we mentioned, the Winter Wonderland experience will be open all the way until the end of the year. So if you're looking to get a little taste of that Christmas magic before the big day arrives, be sure to head on down to Ocean City. Back to you guys.
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, Delaware Senate Republicans have re-elected the same leadership team for the upcoming legislative session. Senator Gerald Hawker of Ocean View will continue as Republican leader for a 4th term, while Georgetown Senator Brian Pettyjohn will remain as Republican whip for a 3rd term. Both say they're focused on improving education and public safety. The state Senate will convene on December 16th to confirm Governor-elect Matt Meyer's nominations.
It turns out a lot of people actually missed it while they were sleeping last night, but the wind was howling. In fact, the Rehoboth Beach Christmas tree, that was knocked down. The same wind causing all kinds of damage in the area. Take a look at your screen now. Yes, that's a trampoline wrapped around a pole in Georgetown. And in Long Neck, siding was seen coming off houses. For the tree, a crane came back and actually helped them prop that back up with chains. But like I said, some people just missed it altogether.
I heard all the stories this morning about the rain and the wind, and I didn't hear a thing. I slept through the whole thing.
Yeah, I did not hear the windstorm at all. I didn't even know there was one.
If this whole thing did give you a little deja vu, you're not the only one. Remember last year, the tree at the bandstand? It snapped in 2. In 2023, all was going smoothly with the transport of a 40-foot tree until the tree was lifted off the trailer. At the time, the city decided to simply use the upper 2/3 of that tree, which measured around 25 feet tall. And this brings us to our Coast TV poll of the day. We want to know, what's your biggest concern when it comes to wind?
Let's take a look at the results. And it looks like most people, 55%, say property damage is their biggest concern. 31% say power outages. 13% say falling trees, and just 1% saying hazardous driving.
If you haven't voted yet, there's still a little bit of time tonight. You could still go do it. Go to CoastTV.com or use our Coast TV mobile app, and you'll find those updated numbers online.
Let's take a live look outside now into Lewis and turn it to our first alert chief meteorologist, Paul Williams, for a first check on the weather. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Christina. And let's continue our look towards Lewis, courtesy of our Irish Eyes camera. And we're recovering from the very breezy conditions overnight, and we have another round of rain headed our direction, and we need it desperately because we are now in a desperate mode as it pertains to dealing with the drought that we have been dealing with for this entire autumn season. We'll drop to 39, clear skies by 3 o'clock. Winds are now moving more zonal. When I say that, I mean from west to east, 20 miles per hour. But here's our primary concern, and it's been the concern for a while. We've gone from severe to even extreme in the Milford, Lewis area, a good chunk of Kent County. Now, that when we say extreme drought, we're talking about we're one level away from the highest bad situation that we could possibly muster for you from a meteorological, climatological standpoint. Now, coming up, we're going to talk about that potential of rain coming up, as well as a much colder weekend, Christina.
All right, thank you, Paul. Well, now that we have gotten some rain here on Delmarva, Maryland has lifted its statewide burn ban. The Department of Natural Resources says this comes after a review of ground conditions and recent precipitation. As of right now, Delaware still has its ban in place.
The city of Milford sent out almost 3,000 letters to people affected by lead in the pipes. The city says right now they know of 3 lines that for sure have lead, 14 lines have lead risk, and 2,740 lines have unknown materials. The city's assuring people that the drinking water is safe, but some are still worried.
Being quite honest, I might be getting some gallon jugs of water for a while just to make sure that I'm okay, or maybe getting my own water tested to see what the levels read in the water in my home.
Milford does say that it's going to be replacing all the lead and lead risk pipes by 2037.
A big move in Delaware's prisons today. The Department of Corrections says it's given a tablet to every incarcerated person. The DOC says this was rolled out at no cost to taxpayers. They say it will help inmates stay in touch with family as well as provide access to educational programs. DOC says the tablets also have legal resources for free, but inmates can pay for messaging and entertainment on the devices.
Scam alert. According to the Ocean City Police Department, there are phone scams where scammers are impersonating police officers. OCPD says that the scammers, they claim that victims owe money for legal matters like missed court dates or even jury duty. These same scammers demand payment via gift card, wire transfer, even mobile apps, which is, by the way, something legitimate law enforcement will never ask you to do. OCPD says if you get suspicious, call, hang up, and then call police immediately.
Scary story here. A Laurel police officer on duty was hit by a drunk driver. As you can see on your screen now, there was a lot of damage done to both cars, and police say the driver hit the officer head on. The driver was not hurt. However, police say the officer was sent to the hospital for his injuries and is now home recovering. And we're taking a live look now at the nation's capital. The highly controversial pick to lead the incoming Trump administration's Department of Justice is out.
Former Congressman Matt Gaetz withdrawing from consideration today amid a cloud of controversy surrounding allegations of sexual misconduct, drug use, all things he denies.
That as Vice President-elect J.D. Vance returned to Capitol Hill, this time lobbying for Pete Hegseth, President-elect Trump's choice for defense secretary.
As NBC's Alice Barr reports, overnight details became public about an alleged sexual assault from 2017 that Hegseth also fiercely denies.
In a surprise move today, President-elect Trump's controversial pick for Attorney General Matt Gaetz withdrawing his name. The former congressman writing that his confirmation was, quote, unfairly becoming a distraction to the critical work of the Trump-Vance transition. Gaetz faced stiff opposition amid allegations of sexual misconduct and drug use that he's long denied. He was on Capitol Hill yesterday with Vice President-elect J.D. Vance, trying to drum up support from the senators tasked with confirming nominees.
I know enough people that were a hell no in the conference to know that the path would have been very, very difficult.
That as Pete Hegseth, the president-elect's choice for defense secretary, is today making a similar appeal for Senate support under his own cloud of scrutiny. NBC News obtained a 2017 police report detailing a woman's allegation that Hegseth sexually assaulted her in a California hotel room. Hegseth's lawyer has said the encounter was consensual and that he maintains his innocence, while confirming Hegseth paid the woman as part of a confidential civil settlement. The former Fox News host and combat veteran was never criminally charged.
The matter was fully investigated and I was completely cleared, and that's where I'm leaving.
The Trump pick for Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, also facing pushback from Nikki Haley, who was UN ambassador in the first Trump administration.
This is not a place for a Russian, Iranian, Syrian, Chinese sympathizer. Are we comfortable with someone like that at the top of our national intelligence agencies?
Serious questions even before the confirmation process begins for the next Trump term. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And already President-elect Trump has named his new choice for Attorney General, former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi. He praised her work against drug trafficking and said that she would, quote, refocus the Department of Justice on making America safe again.
Having a rough week or just need a reason to cheer up? How about a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV? We've got some personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and a whole lot more. Sign up now for free at coasttv.com/signup. And we're just getting started this evening.
Still to come, a Coca-Cola controversy. Holiday ads are sparking outrage. We'll tell you why.
But first, help for the holidays, how one organization helps out families in need during what can be a difficult time of year.
And we had a blustery day, but take a look at some of the rainfall that we had throughout the overnight period. Between a half inch, about right, a little bit less, a little bit more than a half inch. And we have more than that on the way for Friday. I'll eventually get that out. When we come back, we'll do better with the forecast in 60 seconds.
The excellence of driving a Buick is matched by the excellence of the dealership experience when you own a Buick. Buick, exceptional by design.
Get 0.9% APR. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get $3,000 purchase allowance on Encore GX models. That's 10% below MSRP.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division like myself in cabinetry to ensure that you have the best product to fit your needs. And your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
It was very important to find somebody that was knowledgeable in the whole picture, the cabinetry, the appliances, and the countertop. We are delighted with the outcome.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
With the holidays right around the corner, one of the best ways to spread joy is to give to people in need. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zapay shows us how people down in Worcester County are doing just that.
Legos, robots, and even a cash register. Those are a few things donated to the Worcester's Gold Helping Hands for the holidays. Worcester Gold is a nonprofit organization that works year-round to help families in need by supplying clothes, diapers, shampoo, and other various things people need. But when the holiday season comes around, they hold a special donation service that allows you to drop off some toys. Nick Cranford, the executive director for Worcester Gold, says they receive hundreds of lists from children, and they try their best to supply them with the toys they ask for, so the families can focus on other things.
They're trying to keep their bills paid and keep their heat on and keep food in the refrigerator. So we love to be able to support those families at this time of year and make sure that they're able to provide toys for their kids so that they can enjoy the same kind of holiday memories that a lot of us were able to enjoy.
Along with donating toys, you could donate money on their website and let the organization use that to shop for more.
I just like to imagine the kids walking out on the morning of and seeing the tree and the presents, and that's the kind of Christmas magic that really motivates me to be able to provide.
If you're looking to spread some joy and give a helping hand, you could donate here and other locations or donate online. I'm Kevin Zappe in Snow Hill, Coast TV News.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
Transform your bath today with Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Ask about our Refresh for Less Black Friday promotion. A new bath or shower for just $69.95 plus 20% off all upgrades.
Imagine stepping into a beautifully renovated bath designed by our experts and installed by our certified professionals.
Call our office by December 15th and schedule your free in-home consultation to take advantage of the $69.95 Refresh for Less Black Friday promotion.
Before you sign, keep Baths by Spicer Brothers in mind, because you deserve the best.
Coming up, Keke Palmer is opening up about relationships.
That is a hard question.
Friday at noon on Coast TV.
Ride the wave of Delmarva's vibrant coastal vibes with Coast Life. From hidden gems to sun-kissed trends and captivating local tales. Dive deep and immerse yourself in our coastal rhythm. Catch Coast Life weekdays at 4 on Coast TV.
The race to the top 50 sales drive continues at Preston Ford. Save up to $8,000 off MSRP on a new 2024 Ford Edge. Embrace the future with savings up to $5,000 off MSRP on 2024 Mustang Mach-E's. We have nearly 1,000 new Fords on the lot, all priced to sell fast. But hurry in as the inventory moves fast during our race to the top 50 in the nation. Check out the entire selection at PrestonFord.com. And remember, cars cost less in Preston.
This Thanksgiving season, Delaware Electric Cooperative is giving $10 million back to the people we are proud to power. Members who received electric service from the co-op in 2012 and 2013 will receive a credit on their November bill. As a not-for-profit utility, the credits are a return on the investment members have made in DEC over the years. Our co-op belongs to you, and we're so thankful to power Central and Southern Delaware.
From our co-op family to yours.
Happy Thanksgiving!
We have another wave of rain headed in our direction, and we desperately need it. Might actually get a little breezy as well. Our tidal health camera in Salisbury indicating, hey, the chill out there is a real thing. Step outside if you don't believe me. Go ahead. Step outside after you get done watching the newscast, and then you step outside. So 40 degrees right now in Milton as well as Seaford, 42 in Georgetown, mainly clear skies. It has been bone dry like crazy, just over an inch for us, here now. The driest autumn ever was actually 2001, where they only had 2.67 inches of rain. Now, we've had the driest 3 months since August going into October, and that's actually 2.2 inches of rain. That's total for 3 months in a row. So hence, we are in severe to now extreme drought throughout the Delmarva Peninsula, meaning that we may have the burn ban discontinuing for Maryland, but here in Delaware, we're still in full swing, because when you take a look at these numbers, we're talking about nearly 1 1/3 inches shy for just the month alone, and for the entire year, over 8 inches shy of our normal rainfall total. Now, the winds are staying out of the west, moving to the east right now, but you know what's been exasperating this problem? The winds have been so active, it dries things out even worse. So even though when we get a little rain, it's so breezy, the wind evaporates the rain before it has a real effect of soaking the ground and changing things dramatically. We're looking for the winds to pick up momentum. 2 o'clock Friday afternoon, we're talking about 33-mile-per-hour winds. Saturday, still at least 30-mile-per-hour winds, and all of it's coming out of the north, so it's dry wind on top of being, a bit on the brisk side. Gale wind warnings in effect around the entire Delmarva Peninsula. We got a couple of sprinkles that are left over that pushed well to our south. but they're much to do about nothing, to be quite honest. Snowfall and all that stuff happening well to our north, and they're under a concern for, snow, wind and winter storm advisories and all of that. We're going to stay quiet and dry here at home. We had some winds last night, though. 51-mile-per-hour wind, for example, in Lewis, 41 in Dover, for an example. And as far as the headlines are concerned, listen, we're still in the midst of the drought. Cold and blustery conditions are about to kick in, and Friday night's going to be a whole different ball game. We're looking at scattered showers that kick in by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's going to feel like freezing for Friday. You say that one more time in case you missed it in the back. Feeling like freezing. And then we'll have a chance of rain for Friday during the day and at night. So even as you take a look at that scattered shower activity that's going to push through, the amount of rain is looking minuscule, only about maybe 1/4 of an inch, if we're lucky. Finally, here's a look at the extended forecast.
Thank you, Paul. New at 11, Coca-Cola may be getting a little coal in the stocking this year. They're definitely getting a backlash. The soft drink company's new holiday advertisements, they were made using artificial intelligence. There are 3 of them, and the internet's sort of freaking out about it. Some professional designers say Coke is just trying to save a buck and not hire real artists. But the company is standing firm and defends the ads. In a statement to the New York Times, Coca-Cola says it creates the highest level of work at the, quote, intersection of human creativity and technology.
Now for some nightmare fuel, a store in Hawaii got a big shot when a live snake was mailed to them. Take a look. The 2-foot-long snake was found in a shipping container of Christmas trees at a store in Hilo last weekend. Staff spotted the snake about halfway through unloading that container. The workers immediately closed it and called the state's agriculture department. Officials identified it as a non-venomous gopher snake. That's a return to sender situation right there. And speaking of the holidays, well, we're talking about the holidays now anyway. During this time of year, Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign works to bring the Christmas spirit to everybody. Already the initiative has raised an incredible $60,000. To donate online, visit blessourchildren.org. Coming up in sports, here from some local high school basketball teams prepping to play for the 42nd annual Governor's Challenge. And also Thanksgiving with a side of politics. Our Health Minute has some tips and tricks so you can make it through what could be a few charged conversations as you pass the cranberry sauce.
And as you pass the golf course for tomorrow, yeah, it's going to be on the chilly side. I mean, we're talking about maybe fair conditions. Cold, blustery, and rain developing in the evening hours.
Download the free CoastTV First Alert Weather app today.
You don't know how much pressure you put on your septic system, but Riddex does. In a 21-month study, scientists proved that Riddex reduces up to 20% of waste buildup every month. Take the pressure off with Riddex.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford Crew. Black Friday.
What's happening?
It's the extra shipment of Ford trucks and SUVs.
Serious SUV capability.
Ford F-Series, best-selling trucks for 47 years.
Bronco and Bronco Sport.
I can smell the adventure now.
It's Black Friday time.
Yeah.
Lease a new Bronco Sport Big Ben for only $399 a month, or a Bronco Big Ben for just $499 a month for 36 months.
Farmers are superheroes, true conservationists. We are using soil health practices to help fight climate change. Soil health farmers are working today to protect tomorrow, using regenerative agriculture and climate-smart practices like no-till and cover crops to improve soil health. Healthy soils sequester carbon, improve water quality, and produce sustainable, nutrient-rich food. Soil health farmers are working today to keep Delmarva a beautiful place for generations to come.
Toyotathon is on! Shake up the holidays with an exciting new Toyota. Take an all-wheel drive Camry to go ice skating. Visit Grandma in a Highlander. Grandma! You got it. Or bring home a tree in a Tacoma. Are we in a snow globe?
Buy an exciting new 25 Camry with low 3.99 APR financing, or get low APR financing on a stylish new Corolla sedan.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
As the season changes and temperatures drop, Spicer Brothers is turning up the heat with Black Friday sizzling savings. Right now, save 30% off your complete roofing system. Plus, save an additional $1,000 off your new roof during our Black Friday sale. At Spicer Brothers, excellence is our standard, ensuring each project is built to last a lifetime. Call our office by December 15th and schedule your free in-home consultation to take advantage of the Black Friday sizzling savings. Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
Capture your favorite moments at the CoastTV photo booth. Strike a pose and snap a pic, all for free. View previous pictures and see the next event at coasttv.com under the Features tab. The CoastTV photo booth, sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
The FAA says it may need to slow down air traffic during peak travel times this holiday season due to staffing issues. The Northeast could be hit the hardest, especially New York, due to a shortage of air traffic controllers in that specific area. In May, the FAA said it was short about 3,000 air traffic controllers overall, but in September, the agency said they had met the yearly goal of hiring 1,800 controllers. The FAA says that Tuesday before Thanksgiving, that will likely be the busiest travel day. It says any slowdowns in air traffic will be done to keep the skies safer for travelers.
Well, it's hard to believe, but we're just 1 week away from Thanksgiving, and it's coming just weeks after a divisive U.S. presidential election.
Some of you may be feeling stressed out or worried or downright sick to your stomach about the idea of gathering with people who may have voted differently than you.
In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has tips from a psychiatrist on how to stop politics from ruining your holiday.
U.S. voters have spoken, and whether your candidate won or not, the holidays are happening.
If you know that there are differences amongst family members or you're worried about these tough conversations coming up, I think it's really important to be able to have a conversation in advance.
Psychiatrist Dr. Nicole Tarui with El Camino Health says after an emotional election, Americans need quality time with loved ones. So she says not to let politics stop you from getting together.
There's a deep brain structure called the amygdala that's responsible for fear and anxiety. When the amygdala is operating, we're often flooded with really intense emotions, and it's very hard to have productive and calm conversations.
That's why Tarui says to set expectations before the gathering, decide which topics are off limits, and focus on the holiday, not on politics.
If we can really set the intention that the holidays are really about that, it can make a very big difference.
Sometimes it can be hard to steer clear of big topics, so Tarui says not to avoid tough conversations. Instead, remember your shared values and consider listening. It may deepen your understanding of a loved one's beliefs. And if things get too contentious, it's okay to take a break.
I really recommend having just a one-liner to be able to diffuse these difficult conversations if it gets to a contentious point. An example of something you might be able to say is, I really respect your opinion on this matter, and we're going to have to agree to disagree.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And if you need a break from those tough conversations, the psychiatrist suggests deep breathing or even going outside for a brisk walk. She also says you should remember you're not always going to see eye to eye with loved ones, and you can't control their opinions, but you can control how you respond to those differences.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Tonight, UMES women's basketball searching for their second straight win at home, and the Lady Hawks improved to 3-2 on the season with a 67-42 win over Cheyney University of Pennsylvania. UMES women's basketball is back in action on Monday versus the University of Dayton in Nashville. And it's almost time for one of the largest high school basketball tournaments in the country. More than 140 teams will make the trip to the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center to compete in the 42nd annual Governor's Challenge. We'll see groups from Arizona, California, and even up in Canada make an appearance in Salisbury, Maryland. Today was the annual media day for all of those local teams that will be on display at this year's event, and they're looking forward to the crowd, the exposure, and especially the competition.
I'm expecting a big crowd. It's going to be a lot of energy. It's going to be a back-and-forth game.
Your nerves are a little bit higher because you're playing on a college court and there's more people watching, but it's still really fun.
It's really special that we get this chance to play in this as a homeschool new team. It's really exciting, and we're excited to play.
It's going to be a test to see how we are throughout the season and to help grow us for playoffs and stuff. It's such an awesome experience to have something down by the coast.
It was real good. We get a lot of exposure and all the cameras is on you the whole time you're here.
That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
This week on Sunday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to take on the LA Rams. We got any Eagles fans in these parts? Feels like we might. You can catch that on Coast TV and stay tuned after the game for your local news. Plus, coming up next, the price of this art is bananas. You will not believe what somebody paid for this little bit of fruit on the wall.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We are Delmarva proud.
Black Friday is now at Vernon Powell.
2,500 pairs half off.
Plus, save 20% off over 100 brands like Extra Tough, Hey Dude, Crocs, and Skechers.
20% off Saucony, Asics, and New Balance.
20% off work boots.
20% off outerwear, apparel, and handbags.
Kendra Scott Marie Newton Jewelry, buy one, get one 30% off. And 30 to 50% off select Pandora. Now through Cyber Monday while supplies last.
Shop early for best selection and support local business.
See more doorbuster deals at vpshoes.com.
Visit Gateway Subaru this holiday season during the 2024 Subaru Share the Love event through January 2nd. With every Subaru purchased or leased, Subaru will donate $250 to one of these 5 charities, plus an additional $50 when you choose your hometown charity. And Subaru will donate $5 for every routine service performed. At Gateway Subaru, our customers are the heart of what we do, and we're committed to being a positive force in our community. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, such as myself in appliances, to ensure that you not only get the best product for your needs, but that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your remodel.
It's always fun bringing clients into Delmarva Design Center. No matter how much they want to spend, there's always an option for people to pick something that they like.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Your child deserves the best. When your child is sick, every moment counts. And the team at Tidal Health Pediatrics understands the urgency of such situations. Whether it's a sudden fever, a troubling cough, or another pediatric ailment, your child will be seen when they need it most. Schedule your child's appointment now at tidalhealth.org/findapediatrician or call 410-912-5785 because your child's health is our top priority. Tidal Health Pediatrics, compassionate care when you need it most.
Halo Ministries presents Visions of Hope, a Christmas celebration benefiting Halo's mission. This festive evening will be emceed by special guest Jimmy Hoppa and includes a 3-course dinner, live nativity, and music by Halo's Transformation Choir.
The performance features remarkable stories of transformation from despair to a life full of hope and purpose. Tickets are $50 and all proceeds benefit Halo's mission.
Get your tickets now at haloministry.org.
From the world of you just can't be serious, one art lover is paying an astronomical price for a piece of produce. This banana taped to a wall, I guess I'm pointing this way, taped to a wall, it sold for $6.24 million at auction in New York. I am clearly in the wrong line of work here. Artisan Maurizio Catalin originally constructed 3 editions of the concept called The Comedian. It first went viral in 2019 when 2 of them sold for $120,000 in Miami. And I swear to you, these details are real. The winning bidder now gets a roll of duct tape, 1 banana, and a certificate of authenticity and instructions for installing the art.
And I have a tumbler available for $5,000. A steal. Spicer Brothers are in Salisbury. Temperatures selling into the 30s. Listen, we have a couple of sprinkles around, and that'll be handy, especially for Nancy Barger of Cambridge, because you're our umbrella winner, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. You can keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line at 443-880-9100. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalas, Brustad, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling 10-day forecast. Uncomfortably cloudy and windy for Friday and some rain Friday night, but then we'll recover over the weekend. And then going into Thanksgiving, looks like we'll have another round of rain arriving when Grandma arrives or when you arrive at Grandma's house, whichever way you guys are doing it.
Paul, and thank you for joining us for Coast TV News at 11.
For more news and local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, that's up next.
And we'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.